Hey everybody, it's me, Katie, and today has been a day, and I think that you probably all understand me when I say that. The different times and days of our lives can feel like a little bit more jarring on the nervous system than others. And what I mean by that is I've been feeling a lot of anxiety today, and for me it's come up as these little butterflies in my belly. I didn't even plan to wear these, but there must have been something going on between my brain and my body when I chose my earrings today. But yeah, I've been having these butterflies in my belly, and it inspired me to make this video for this week on a really simple and powerful practice that I come to when I'm having a day, or when I'm just feeling a little bit more of the jittery energy. We call it vata energy in Ayurveda, which just means that there's a little bit more of the space and air elements alive and present in the system. So what that might feel like is increased anxiety, increased heart rate, feeling a little indecisive or fearful or worried in the body, in the heart, in the mind, wherever it is for you. And this practice is super powerful and super simple, and it's just returning to the bone structure and feeling into the bone structure of the body. So I'm going to guide you through a brief meditation where all there is really to do is to feel into the bone structure. And you don't even necessarily have to think of it as a meditation practice really at all, because these sort of awareness practices, mindfulness practices, can be woven into the very fabric of your life. So you don't even need to formally sit down. You don't even need to have a meditation area or practice in order to do this. It's really just, it's more of a nervous system sort of practice. So find your comfortable position. I'm seated, you don't have to be. And just listen to my voice. And you'll bring your hands to begin the pelvic bowl region. I'd like you to feel into, on the front of your pelvis, you have these two front pokey outy knobby bones called the ASIS bones. Notice if you can feel those. You might have to feel around for a moment, but they usually protrude out and feel like a little knob there in the front of the hips. And I'd like you to just let the eyes soften. They don't even need to close, though they could. If you're still looking at the screen on your phone, you might just set that down so that you can tune more into your environment here rather than your cell phone. And feel especially the left hip pointer, and I'd like you to sense and draw a line from your left hip pointer out toward, if you're inside, the left wall of the room. And if you're outside, then just some sort of object to your left. It might be a tree or a bench or a building. You're just measuring the distance within your own mind between the left hip and the wall or object. We're going to stay with this for a little bit. This is based on and inspired by body yantra practices, which one of my teachers, Katie Silcox, trademarked and came up with, and really powerful for the nervous system. You just stay with feeling left hip pointer, left wall / object to the left side of you. And anytime the mind happens to wander off, just bring it back, measuring left hip to left object. And it takes about 90 seconds for the mind to really recognize and sense and feel where the body is in space. So we're going to stay with this just a little bit longer on the left side. Breath is just natural. Measure the left hip to the left wall. Great. And then let that go. Let that soften and close the eyes if they're still open. Feel into your body and notice any differences between the left side of the body and the right side of the body. And along with that, notice any shifts within your own body and mind. For me, I noticed that knot, butterfly feeling in my belly is kind of settling down. And we'll go over to the right side. So you'll feel your right ASIS bone and the object to your right. So it might be the wall of the room, or if you're outdoors, it could be some object that's on your right side, and you're just measuring the distance between the right hip pointer and the object to your right. And take some time there, just tracing a line back and forth between the hip and the object. We're just giving your brain some really vital, important information about where your body is in time and space, so that you have the potential to realize that you're safe and well and secure here in this moment. So we'll stay with it for a little bit longer, measuring right hip pointer to the objects on your right. It takes about 90 seconds for the brain to really measure where the body is in time and space. So we'll stay with it a little longer. Hip to wall, wall to hip. And then let that go. If the eyes are open, let them shut. Feel and sense into the body. Feel especially the differences between the left side and the right side of the body, and any changes or shifts within you. And I'm smiling here now because I can really feel quite a lot of difference in my own system. And go ahead and leave a comment below on how that felt for you, what your experience was. The bones, I was reading this really recent study on the bones of the body and how they're beginning to be considered more and more an endocrine organ, really related to the stress response, and they secrete a certain substance known as osteocalcin that is found in higher amounts when we're under stress. And so by tuning into the bones of the body and where the bones of the body are in time and space, we're really able to just naturally, it's not really any effort on our part, but bring the nervous system into a more relaxed, resourced, and stable state. So you might be experiencing that now, but I want to know. So comment below how that experience was for you. And we'll be back here next week with a really similar, again, these are inspired by body yantra practices by Katie Silcock. So another really similar body yantra inspired meditation, bone-based practice for next week. So if you're into it, definitely tune in for our video next week. And I'll talk to you very, very soon. Have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your day. Namaste.